CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Pastrana, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Right off the top, let's take a look outside. All of South Florida is feeling the heat. Temperatures are soaring once again. It's expected to get so hot. A heat advisory is in effect for Miami-Dade and the Keys. And next weather chief meteorologist Ivan Cabrera joins us now with a temp check as we head into the weekend. Ivan?
Yeah, the good thing is we're getting some showers here. So I think for the rest of the evening here, we've sort of broken the biggest part of the heat here. So we're 87 right now in Fort Lauderdale. You had climbed into the mid-90s, record high there. Likely tied the record high in Miami International Airport before a shower moved in. That dropped us down to 90 degrees. And we're upper 80s right now across the Florida Keys, with temperatures in the feels-like range that could be in the 100s here for the rest of the evening. Mostly sunny skies. You can see south wind across the Keys here, across most of Miami-Dade, but we've had a few cooling showers in on the breeze, and that has brought us, this one will run to right over the airport here, so that cooled us off. We have another one up towards Fort Lauderdale there along the airport as well. A little bit of rainfall that extends north and west all the way up towards the Plantation. These are not severe, but they're dropping enough rainfall. But boy, you come from a 95 where temperatures in the 90s feels like 100s. You hit that, and that is just some cooling air there. So that'll be continuing as we head through the rest of the evening. Minimal rain chances, but I think we'd start diminishing those after 7 o'clock. Temperatures are still going to be hot. That's still the story for this weekend. We are not going to let up as far as the heat, but better news for Sunday. I think we'll spend less time in the heat because we will have some wider spread showers and thunderstorms. So let's check in on our health risk here as far as the heat. That is still at extreme levels for the rest of it today, but as we get into the latter part of the weekend, we're going to be better. It gets worse tomorrow. Very hot temperatures in the mid-90s, likely the heat advisory there, continuing with feels like temperatures into the 100s, and there you see the impacts from the showers and storms that we're forecasting here, and then it's just going to be a progressively, better forecast as far as the heat. We're in the yellow here with minor by Tuesday. Temperatures by then only into the upper 80s, and that's exactly where we should be for this time of year. We should not be in these kind of temperatures that we have been here. So another hot and humid day setting up for Saturday. It'll be mostly dry. Rain chances will be minimal, and then afternoon storms come back into the picture. Not just Sunday, but heading into Monday as well. So we'll get rid of those showers for tonight, and then heading into tomorrow. Quiet weather. Watch what happens between 3 and 4 o'clock. That's when we pop some showers and thunderstorms here, and we're going to be in much better shape as we check in on the numbers tomorrow. Mid-90s, triple-digit heat continues with the temperatures right around 105 to 108. That's the way it's going to feel like, but we do have rain chances coming back, and there's your extended forecast with better rain and less heat. Upper 80s for next week.
Ivan, thank you. The heat advisory has everyone talking. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench tells us just what they're saying.
There's a heat index in Miami-Dade County until 8 tonight, meaning the heat index, or feels like temperatures, reach 105 degrees or higher for at least 2 hours. In light of that, we have some safety tips from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue's Erica Benitez.
We do recommend that people who are vulnerable to heat, such as small children, older adults, people with medical conditions that can be worsened by the heat, take extra precautions during this time. It's especially important to stay well hydrated, to stay indoors in areas that are shaded and cool, inside air conditioned. We want to make sure that people who work outdoors take breaks often. Also pregnant women, this is a very difficult time for pregnant women as well. And we want to especially remind people never to leave children or pets inside the vehicles, because a car can turn into an oven in a matter of minutes. It's really important to limit your time to outdoor activities. Try to do these activities at times when it's not so hot. Late afternoon, early morning is best.
And coming up at 5 tonight, in just an hour, we'll tell you how people are coping with this heat. In Miami, Peter Dench, CBS News Miami.
Police speaking out after a terrifying shootout in a Miami Gardens neighborhood. The jaw-dropping scene all caught on camera. A barrage of bullets can be seen hitting cars, homes, and just blasting through windows while neighbors were inside sleeping. It happened Wednesday night along Northwest 196th Street. Police say the shooting was targeted.
There is a gang nexus to the shooting. It was a non-contact shooting. However, we do have a vehicle in our possession at this time that we are awaiting a court order in order to get inside of that vehicle.
Video of the shootout is going viral on the internet. Remarkably, police say no one was hurt. A tragedy unfolds in a Fort Lauderdale neighborhood as a child drowns in a backyard pool. Police got to the scene along the 1800 block of Northwest 15th Avenue and found a young boy unresponsive. The 4-year-old was rushed to Broward Health Medical Center where he died. One neighbor describes the heartbreaking scene.
She was totally shocked. She was totally out of it. And as a mother, I couldn't understand, how she felt. That was her baby. That was her baby.
No word yet on the circumstances around the drowning. Florida leads the nation in child drowning deaths. The Florida Department of Children and Families data shows that at least 97 kids drowned last year. A big story from the sports world. A month ago, Scottie Scheffler won his second green jacket at the Masters. Earlier today, the #1 player in the world was wearing orange in a mugshot. He was arrested outside of the Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville just before the second round of the PGA Championship. As CBS News Miami's Michael George reports, Scheffler is now back at the course, but he's facing numerous charges.
Video from ESPN shows Masters champion Scottie Scheffler being led to a patrol car in handcuffs early this morning.
Right now, he's going to jail.
Okay.
He's going to jail, and it ain't nothing you can do about it.
Scheffler was on his way to the Valhalla Golf Club when police say he failed to follow an officer's orders after a shuttle bus struck and killed a pedestrian. ESPN says Scheffler drove past a police car and was chased down and taken into custody.
I believe he attempted to explain who he was and why he was trying to get onto the golf course, but I'm not sure that information quite got to the police.
Scheffler said in a statement that he was proceeding as directed by officers, that it was a chaotic situation and, quote, a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. The 27-year-old golfer was booked for second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals.
We'll just let it all play out. That's the extent of what we know. It's moving pretty fast at this time, but we'll litigate the case as it comes.
Scheffler begins the day 5 strokes off the lead at the PGA Championship. Michael George, CBS News.
And Scheffler is 9 under par for the tournament after day 2. And you can watch the 3rd and 4th round coverage of the PGA Championship this weekend on CBS Miami. The action gets underway at 1 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. A growing number of Americans are maxed out on credit cards. Some of them have used up to 90% of their credit limit in just the first quarter of 2024, a trend that seems to be affecting a lot of young people. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from Doral with testimony of a South Florida girl who's asking for help.
Generation Z, which is made out of people who were born from 1996 until now, they are the ones that are the most affected ones. After them, millennials. Part of the problem is their credit limit. Younger borrowers have lower limit. An expert tells us social media plays a huge role in the problem too, and the high cost of living. Valeria Gomez is an example of that generation. She told us she got a credit card in her mid-20s for emergencies. It is now a nightmare.
Unfortunately, this is my case, and honestly, it's just all for surviving. Fortunately, I had to use my credit cards for groceries, for gas, for basic needs that I have in life, and that resulted in my credit cards being maxed out. About 90% of it is used up.
And the math says if you pay the minimum, if you don't touch that principal amount that you're owing, in 3 years, that principal amount doubles.
So we asked Professor Deanne Bucci what are some of the solutions for people with maxed out credit cards. This finance professor will answer that question, and she says that her recommendations are not only for young people, but for people of every age. Coming up at 5:30, we'll have those recommendations for you here on CBS News Miami. We are in Doral. I'm Yvonne Taylor. Back to you.
When we come back, Dolphin closure, what you need to know about the major project that could impact your drive this weekend. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Happening tonight, a big construction project will be impacting your drive to any weekend plans in Miami. It's all part of the I-395 design project right here on the eastbound Dolphin Expressway between Northwest 17th over the Miami River to I-95. Crews are building a bridge that will support a new double-decker roadway. Overnight closures begin at 11 tonight and last until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Here's your way around it. Hop off at Northwest 17th, head south to Southwest 1st Street, turn right at South Miami Avenue, and then turn right to access the ramp to I-95. Heading to Biscayne Boulevard and the MacArthur, continue east on 1st, and then turn onto Biscayne to get onto I-395. For a closer look at that map and the exact closure times, of course, you can head over to our website, cbsmiami.com. Concerned but optimistic. That's how Pope Francis describes the state of the world during an historic interview with CBS News airing this weekend on 60 Minutes. This is the first time a pope has given an in-depth, one-on-one interview to a U.S. broadcast network. Norah O'Donnell sat down with the Holy Father to discuss a range of issues from war in the Middle East to the plight of migrants.
Everything. You see tragedies, but you also see so many beautiful things.
The Pope also addresses controversies the Church has faced in the past. Watch an extended version of Norah's interview with Pope Francis this Sunday, May 19th, only on 60 Minutes, right here on CBS Miami. Happening tonight, the Panthers and Bruins will face off in Game 6 of their second-round Stanley Cup playoff series. The Cats are just a win away from facing the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Panthers hit the ice on Thursday, practicing for tonight's critical matchup in Boston. Going into tonight's game, it may feel like the Bruins have stolen the momentum, but the Panthers have been great on the road this season. They are 3-1 away from Sunrise in the playoffs. The puck drops at 7 o'clock, and if necessary, Game 7 is back here in Sunrise on Sunday. That's CBS News Miami's Quickcast. I'm Lauren Pastrana. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS Miami.